Former President Trump back in New York City today for the first time since his historic indictment to face a separate case. We expect him to arrive here in the New York State Attorney General's office within the next hour. Mr. Trump will sit for a second deposition in a $250 million civil fraud lawsuit against him, his family, and the Trump Organization. Julia Manchester, national political reporter for The Hill, joins me right now. So, Julia, let's break this down for viewers. A lot of people remember when he pled the fifth, essentially 400 times with Letitia James last year. Why wasn't this settled? I mean, with longtime Trump CFO Alan Weisselberg pleading guilty, what is this next step about?
Yeah, the next step is to essentially get more information, Adrienne, and we know that this is broader than some of other President Trump's legal issues. This is going into the Trump organizations as well as Trump's three eldest children, Ivanka, Eric, and Donald Jr. Now, Donald Trump very much pled the fifth, like you said, over 400 times last time. He's expected to do the same thing this time. Donald Trump and his allies will accuse this of being another politicized attack on him and the Trump organization. But Letitia James in New York State in this is really alleging that Donald Trump, his children, and the Trump organization overinflated and exaggerated assets, when making those financial reportings and essentially committed, some sort of fraud and misled authorities. So that's what's really at the core here, and it obviously comes a week after Donald Trump was arraigned in that case by New York District Attorney Alvin Bragg.
But will we see him do the same? I mean, these proceedings will be held in private, so we won't be able to get immediate intel here, but will he plead the fifth again? Do you think that he's just going to refuse to respond all over again?
Yeah, from what we're hearing, he will absolutely, likely refuse to respond. I will be curious to see what he says after the fact, and I think we can predict what he will say after the fact. He will likely rail against Letitia James, say this is politicized, this is, against him, bring in Alvin Bragg and such. So, this is, I think the outcome of today is very predictable. This is round two for Trump and Letitia James. So we'll see where it goes from here. But it is another legal headline against Donald Trump.
But there are so many cases. It's like if you don't work in politics, if you don't live in Washington or New York City, it's easy to get it all mixed up. Essentially, the former president saying this was a highly politicized persecution case against him. Letitia James is accusing Mr. Trump of lying to lenders about the value of his assets and his property. So this is really about his company's dealings, not a personal lawsuit against the former president. But in terms of sticking with the script and his candidacy and running for president, he's said he's not going to drop out. So all the attention that this is getting is still just giving him more airtime to say, I'm defiant and I'm going to keep running for president, even if you all throw another case at me.
It's giving him more airtime, absolutely. And we are seeing that seems to be helping him, at least for the time being, in the Republican primary. He is raising more money, getting more of that publicity, doing those interviews, being able to communicate more with his base through the media, through social media. But I don't know how this is going to play going into a general election, because Republicans and Donald Trump have a general election polling problem. You see Donald Trump doing well in the primary, but up against Biden in the general, not so much. Ron DeSantis not doing as well in the primary, coming in second to Trump, but either being neck and neck or in some cases beating Biden in the general. So I think if Donald Trump is still grappling with these legal issues going into 2024 in the general election, if he's the nominee, and Joe Biden is continuing to talk about policy, the economy, kitchen table issues, if you weigh those two issues in front of voters, I think voters will likely view the Donald Trump legal issues as distractions. And I think that's what the Biden team and Democrats are really aiming for right now. They want to run against Donald Trump because of all of this circus.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people are seeing it as a distraction being pushed by these prosecutors because these cases, obviously, there's a lot of people who want to see justice done and make sure that he's not above the law. But my goodness, it's wearisome. I don't know how you do it every day, girl. All right. Thank you so much, Julia. We appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.